What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Lions hiring Anthony Lynn as their next offensive coordinator. So let's get it started.
You know, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Before we really dive into this video too much, I got to say this guy has the same birthday as me. So that's pretty awesome. So I'm glad we made this hire. Just on that alone, I love this hire. So congratulations, Anthony Lynn. You were born on the right day, my man. Now I can say happy birthday, Anthony Lynn, and then he'll say happy birthday back. No? I'll send him a cake, and he'll send me a cake. Welcome, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here, man. It is good to be back with some more Lions news. This should be coming out after the John Dorsey video. Today, we're discussing Anthony Lynn as the next offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. Now, this news came out yesterday, but I didn't get to break this news to you guys. I haven't done a video on Anthony Lynn yet because the Stafford news came, and that kind of just... it kind of went over everything else, so we kind of just put that on pause. But now here we are. We've talked about the Stafford stuff. We'll probably talk about it again, especially once trade offers and stuff are coming out there. But now I want to talk about Anthony Lynn. All right, I got to give a video for our newest offensive coordinator. One of the biggest issues for the Detroit Lions since Barry Sanders has been finding a rushing attack. The lack of 100-yard rushers with Matthew. The 1,000-yard rusher since 2013, which was Reggie Bush. I mean, the inability to run the football. The 1 year that Matthew Stafford was here, where we finished above the league average in yards per attempt. That's bad. Those are all bad things. That's not good. The Lions need to fix that. That needs to be fixed. And I think Anthony Lynn could really help us fix that. See, the Lions have been hiring their staff. And with the coaching staff, one thing that we've seen is that they have some inexperience. Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn. But this time, they go with the guy with experience at the offensive coordinator side with Anthony Lynn. Now, I think some of this has to also do with the fact that Matthew Stafford parted ways, because if Stafford was here, maybe you wouldn't have had to get someone that's proven. But without Matthew Stafford, grabbing a proven offensive coordinator, I think could be very, very beneficial for the Detroit Lions. I really do. A little background on Anthony Lynn, if you don't know. He's a former running back. Boom, another former player. Everybody that we hire is a former player. So they're all football people, which is great. Hopefully that works. Someone said it's the first time since like the 80s. I can't remember what year you said, but I appreciate that. Nice little nugget there, but that's very interesting. Starting as an offensive assistant and a special teams coach, but then really just working as a running back coach for the Jags, for Dallas, for the Browns, for the Jets, just running back coach. He also had an assistant head coaching job in there as well with the Jets, but a running back coach, I mean, that was his calling card, which makes sense because he's a former running back, right? Makes sense that that's what he would do. But he did some good things as a running back coach. Like with the Jets, as a running back coach, they were #1 in the league with 137 rushing yards per game. He then joined the Buffalo Bills. Now, with the Buffalo Bills, he had the same job. He was the assistant head coach and once again, the running back coach. And with the Buffalo Bills, the first year he comes in, I mean, I have the stats right here. We've already looked at them. But look at the difference from the year before he got there to he got there. Look at that. They became #1 in rushing yards per carry. Boom, just like that. As soon as he joins in as the running back coach and the assistant head coach. That's impressive stuff. And that second year, 2016, what you're seeing right below that, first in yards per carry. This year, he takes over as the interim head coach and also the offensive coordinator. So the little experience that he does have is the run game. The Jets and the Bills, incredible stuff, helping turn around that rushing attack for sure, almost instantly. I mean, just huge improvements. I thought it'd be important to mention some of the running backs that he did work with when they had the successful rushing offenses. I mean, let's take a look. Go back to the Jets, right? The Jets, when he was running back coach, they were so successful and they led the league in yards per game. Well, Chris Ivory was actually the lead runner. You guys remember when Chris Ivory was like that dude for the Jets? Then, next step with the Bills, LaShawn McCoy was a big name. LaShawn McCoy had some really good years with the Buffalo Bills. Now, I want to mention this now. We'll mention it at the end of the video, but Deuce Staley, you may not know who that is. He's the assistant running back coach for Philadelphia. He's asking out of his contract. The Lions are interested in bringing him in. He's a former running back. If the Lions bring in Deuce Staley, I bring that up because he also worked with LaShawn McCoy. That's two ties. I'm just saying, when it comes to free agency, LaShawn McCoy, I believe, is going to be a free agent this offseason. Not saying they're going to do it. I'm just saying keep an eye on that name as someone that's potentially looking, the Lions may look to sign him. And then with the Chargers, working with Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon was, doing really well with the Chargers. So, I mean, look at some of these names. There's going to be a lot of ties he's going to have, but he's also made some, good running backs look really good. He's made them have some really great seasons. After that, he joined the Chargers, and I think this is where some of his stock kind of goes down a little bit, because with the Chargers, things didn't go exactly maybe as planned. He became the head coach as the Chargers, and he had a 33-31 record, but there was definitely a lot of questions about game time decisions, game management, clock management, things like that, and it scares people from him being a head coach. Good thing is for Detroit, he's not our head coach. He's our offensive coordinator. Now, with the Chargers, it's kind of difficult. I have the stats, but it's kind of difficult to judge how well you did as an offensive mind when you're the head coach, because the head coach, you're in charge of everything. You're not just specifically focused on my defense. You're in charge of everything. You're more of the manager of the team. So it's a completely different job title. But when we saw him as a running back coach, when we saw him as a little bit of an offense coordinator, we saw him with Buffalo, you can see how he turned around the run game. Now, another point that I love to make is something that I definitely noticed, and it comes with the two quarterbacks that he's worked with, two specifically. Obviously, Justin Herbert, everybody knows what he did with Justin Herbert because Herbert had an incredible rookie season. He had the best rookie season of any quarterback, right? Is that fair to say? Very good rookie season. And obviously, if we can draft a quarterback this year and he can have that rookie season, because Herbert was behind Tua, behind Burrow, he's like the third quarterback off the board. So I'm just saying, if we can have our own Herbert, that'd be great. But also what he did with Tyrod Taylor impresses me. Tyrod Taylor is not a great quarterback, but in the years that he was with Buffalo, what Tyrod Taylor was able to do, now, not all of this is him because he was only the assistant head coach and the running back coach the first year. Second year became the OC, but still, Tyrod Taylor had some pretty good success in the years that Anthony Lynn was working there. And you see his first year completing nearly 64% of his passes, over 3,000 yards, 20 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, 94.4 passer rating. That's good numbers. The next year when he's the offense coordinator, 61.7% completion, over 3,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 9.7 passer rating. 2 good seasons for a guy like Tyrod Taylor. It's not a great quarterback that had 2 good seasons. Big reason they were able to run the ball so well. It took a lot of pressure off him. You also notice only about 3,000 yards passing. So they weren't relying on the fact that they had to pass the ball, because in rushing attempts, they were second both those years in attempts. Second in the league both of those years, 2015 and 2016. Now with the Chargers, things changed. He had to adjust, but again, he was the head coach, so it's different here. The rushing attempts, 19th, 19th, 28th, and 9th. It was a different situation being the head coach. But you got to like what he's done with the running backs, with the rushing attack, and how that's helped quarterbacks like Justin Herbert, and obviously like Tyrod Taylor. I think that's super impressive. So I wrote together some pros and some cons. The first pro, obviously, with the quarterbacks. Second thing, proven. The Lions have went with a lot of inexperienced guys, and I think the Lions could have done that at offense coordinator again. But the fact that Matthew Stafford's on his way out, getting a proven offense coordinator, I think is very nice, because it's vital to have super good coordinators. I mean, the Lions need to hit on the coaching staff, because Dan Campbell doesn't have the background of offense or defense where he's going to call plays. So you need to have really good coordinators. You need your staff to be extremely strong. And Anthony Lynn being proven, being experienced, working with multiple different quarterbacks, working with rookie quarterback, doing what he's done with a rushing attack that has been awful in Detroit. That's why I brought it up. That makes you feel a little good about the hiring that the Lions made here. The connections. Why did the Lions bring in Anthony Lynn? Well, there's like a slight connection that I actually didn't know. I learned about today. Kind of interesting. So it's kind of weird, but this goes back to Dallas when Dan Campbell and our new defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, they were both playing for the Dallas Cowboys under Bill Parcells. What's interesting about this is that during that time, Anthony Lynn was the running back coach for the Dallas Cowboys. Boom. So they all work with Bill Parcells. We know Dan Campbell's told us, working with Bill Parcells, all this stuff. He wants to run the ball. He's all about matchups. Yes, I completely believe he is. But he does want to run the ball. He wants to set the tone rushing the football. Anthony Lynn, to me, has a very similar mindset, and he's going to have a very similar mindset. And with his background being a running back coach, this could be an opportunity for the Lions to finally get that run game going. I mean, we can finally get that rushing attack going consistently. Now that you have a running back coach, a guy that's had success helping with rushing attack, and also has success working with a young rookie quarterback. Obviously, Lions would have to get the right one, but there's things to like here. I like the fact that he's proven. Concerns, things with the Chargers didn't go that well, and also him being a head coach. But again, that's because he was a head coach. He doesn't need to be a head coach. I'm sorry. No hate to you, Anthony Lynn. I don't want you as my head coach, but you can be my OC. You can focus on the offense. The staff is super important, if the staff is strong, the Lions can get somewhere. They have to get a strong staff. Is a very strong candidate because of his background, because he's proven, because of what he's done as an offensive coordinator. And if he can somehow help turn this running game around, it will help out any quarterback that we bring in. It will help out this bad defense if we can run the ball, control time possession. It's what Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia kind of tried to do. They just weren't able to successfully do it. The good thing is, because they tried to do it, there is a foundation. There is a small foundation here. And if Anthony Lynn can build on top of that with Dan Campbell, with Brad Holmes, then we could get somewhere, because they tried to build it. They brought in offensive linemen. They brought in the running backs. They just missed on guys like Kerryon and Ty Jansen, things like that. But they tried. So now there's a foundation. You have a running back to Swift. You have one. Give me another, right? You have black tight ends. You have a solid offensive line that could use some depth, maybe another guard or something. But, I mean, it's pretty strong, and a lot of them are locked up. You had the foundation there. Now you can just build on top of that. So that's what I'm most excited about. But also, I think he's done some nice things with quarterbacks. And the quarterbacks have done some good things when he's worked there because of how much pressure the run game has taken off. So hopefully this means the Lions will get that rushing game going again. I would love to see this team be able to just turn around, hand the ball off, get 4.5 yards a pop every time. If we can average over 5 yards a carry, oh my gosh, man. We're going to be tough. And guess what? We brought in John Dorsey, who's part of building the Browns. So I'm just saying, you never know. But either way, man, there's things here to like for sure. There's a lot of unknowns with personnel and things like that. He's going to have a lot of ties with a lot of guys, so they may help them in free agency. A lot of personnel is going to be unknown with players, but what he's done with the rushing attack does make me confident. I don't know if this is going at the end or the beginning of the video, but there are a couple of other assistant coaching moves that I want to discuss before we end this video. So starting off with the special teams coach. So Dave Phipp, who was the special teams coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, who the Lions showed some interest in, and, you know, I guess they requested the interview and the Eagles denied that. Well, now they're allowing him to look at some options. So for the Detroit Lions, I think it's expected that he's going to be hired as the next special teams coach. If he is, we'll talk about him when he is hired. Also, another one here, Prince, our wide receiver coach, who took over actually at one point as the interim head coach this season. He is expected to go to Minnesota. I hope he doesn't go to Minnesota, but that would mean he would be working with Justin Jefferson. This guy's got crazy energy. I think he did some good stuff with our guys like Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay. But if we have so many moving pieces at wide receiver, then maybe he could just be looking to go elsewhere and, you know, take a different job. I don't know if he'll get a promotion there or not. Also, here's one for the Lions. Deuce Staley. He's the assistant running back coach right now for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, he was also a former running back, so again, another former player if the Lions want to bring him in, just like Anthony Lynn, former running back. Former running back himself, he's worked with Darren Sproles, Jay Ajayi, LeGarrette Blount. I mean, there's a lot of, I got him right here. LaShawn McCoy, Ryan Matthews, recently Miles Sanders. Some good names at the running back position. So, like I said, I think the Lions are really going to try to get this running game off the ground, get this running game going, which is weird because running game, you would think it'd be on the ground, but they want to get it off the ground. They want to get this run game going. A connection with Phipp, the special teams potential coach for the Detroit Lions, is when Dan Campbell was with Miami, he was the assistant special teams coach. So there's a connection there. So I just want to give you a quick little update on some of the other assistant coaching candidates. And when those hirings happen, we'll discuss them and we'll talk about them in more detail. But I just want to give you guys a quick little overview and rundown of what's going on. And yeah, boom.